You're watching Hud TV. Coming up on today's programme, a new building on campus. We take an in-depth look at the brand new development that's costing the University of Huddersfield £22.5 million. Our reporter finds out why it's costing so much and what the new Learning and Leisure Centre will bring to students. Should you think twice before coming back to uni? We ask if young people should consider alternative routes and whether or not they are pressured into applying for universities. And we let you know how to get involved with the Students' Union in the elections 2013. That's all to come on this edition of Hud TV. Hello and welcome to Hud TV. Over the next few months, we'll be bringing you up to date with what's happening across the uni campus and around town. First though, the largest and most complex project we have tackled on the campus. Those are the words of the uni bosses overseeing the construction of the Learning and Leisure Centre. It will cover 7,000 square metres, bringing together sports facilities, a revitalised and larger students' union, learning facilities and the catering services, all under one roof. But is it worth £22 million? Our reporter Emily Welch investigates.
You may have seen the demolition of some of the buildings near the Wakefield Road and Central Services areas over the past few months and wondered just what was going on. Well, Hud TV will let you in on it. The building work is all in aid of a brand new complex for the University of Huddersfield. The Learning and Leisure Centre, currently under construction and due to be completed in January 2014, is being described as the largest project undertaken by the university and will combine several key areas into one large complex. The Shorehead building is already in the process of being cleared to make way for the new centre, and after it is up and running, the current sports hall will be demolished and the area landscaped. All sports facilities will be contained within the Learning and Leisure Centre. The new complex will cost a staggering £22.5 million, but the university is insisting that the cost is worth it. After all, the Learning and Leisure Centre will contain 4 levels. There'll be a new and enlarged sports hall, easier access to the library and computing services, and the entire Students' Union will be moved to the complex. All this in addition to a whole lot more.
I'm sure that when the students see the facilities that are being provided in this new Learning and Leisure Centre, they'll agree that it is value for money. The sports centre is an 8-court sports centre, 2 squash courts, 3 dance studios, fitness centre overlooking the canal. We've got a new Students' Union facility going in there, a big new 1,000 square metre social stroke catering space, and a conference sort of centre on the top of the building. So I think it will represent value for money, even though £22.5 million is a lot of money, particularly in this current climate.
What do you make of it? We've been trawling the university campus to find out what Huddersfield students already know about the new complex. And although some are in favour, an equal amount of us aren't exactly aware of what's going on.
You know what's going to be here?
Yeah.
I ain't actually seen any plans. I think it'd be good. Be better wired than this one, I think. So
Depends how much use to get out of it.
Well, the campus is all the resources by building a separate building for nurses, but I guess it's all right.
Well, I think it's going to be a great leisure centre.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
We've got all this wonderful development. It's great for us. It's great for the international.
I don't know anything about it.
Investing in people's future is good, isn't it? So it's worth doing it.
We put our thoughts to Alan Johnson and wondered whether or not students could have been better informed about the Learning and Leisure Centre.
It's a difficult process in some respects. We wanted to make sure that we've got all the planning side of things put to bed first before we went public. The danger is we go public and students get excited, and students and staff for that matter get excited about the project, and then we kind of get knocked back on planning. But you're perhaps right there, it could have been publicised a little bit better, I agree.
In spite of all the advantages the new complex will bring to Huddersfield students, there has indeed been criticism for many quarters, mainly about the look of the centre.
I'm excited by good design. Now, the application for this building said the covering was a tribute to the town's textile heritage. The building was to be clad, we discovered, in expanded aluminium. It's not a textile, it's not a weaving, it's not about dye stuffs, it's not about spinning. It was very disappointing and pretentious way of trying to foist inappropriate building upon our townscape. So it's not about modernism or newness, it's about appropriateness for our town and how we wish to be seen.
Looks aside, the Learning and Leisure Centre is being constructed to tackle some of the problems that have dogged student services and sports facilities for many years. For the first time, all the relevant conveniences will be under one roof, but whether or not students will find it's all worth the price remains to be seen. Watch this space.
We will indeed. Emily Welch reporting there. Now, it can be a little daunting taking your first steps outside of school, college or university. There are numerous paths to follow, but it's very difficult to pin down exactly which direction you should go in. For younger people especially, their next moves can make or break any potential careers. Colne Valley MP Jason McCartney believes that university is not as necessary as some like to make out.
When I was 18, I didn't go to university. I did a few part-time jobs on minimum wage. I humped and dumped furniture for a removals company, and then I joined the Royal Air Force at the age of 19, worked my way up through the ranks, and then I left after 10 years and did a postgraduate course. I actually think 50% of young people going to university is too high. I think there are lots of other opportunities, where particularly in this part of the world, with great colleges like Greenhead College, New College, Kirklees College, to do vocational style courses. There are apprenticeships which are massively successful, 480,000 apprenticeships in the UK in the past 12 months, 130 new apprentices just in my area here. So I think young people, too many of them are being pushed into university when it doesn't suit them, really. They have other skills and other abilities. So I think we really need to look at what is best for young people and get away from this idea that everyone needs to go to university to be successful.
So, to go or not to go? Earlier, I was joined in the studio by careers advisor Louise Muschin. Louise advises students on what their next move should be after leaving school or college. And I began by asking her if university is a must for young people.
If you invest in a degree over the course of your life, you're going to earn more as a graduate than as a non-graduate. So I think if people are thinking long term, it's a really good idea, although obviously it's very, very expensive. So it's really kind of comparing and contrasting if you want that long-term benefit.
Do you ever get students who are having second thoughts about the course that they've taken or even coming to university in the first place?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think you may find yourself on a course and it may turn out to be not the thing that you thought it was going to be. In that case, the Careers and Employability Service are very helpful in terms of advising you what you might be able to do next, or talking about your options in terms of what course might be more suited for you.
And is that what you do specifically, or is there a specific place within the role that you take? Is there an area that you specify in particular, or you just help everybody all the way around?
Well, I am a generic careers advisor, although given I've got a background in youth and community and sort of, I guess, more social care, public sector-y, because that's my background, I guess sort of my expertise lies slightly more in that area, although yes, we are generic careers advisors.
According to an essay posted on the Study Mode website, not only do university graduates enjoy lots of other non-market benefits such as stronger social networks, higher social status, but they also enjoy a lifetime of better mental and physical health. Do you agree with that statement? Do you think it's related in any way?
Well, I guess if you go to university and you earn more money in your job eventually, generally people that are higher earners might be generally happier if they can afford nicer things. So I guess it's sort of a bit chicken and eggy in terms of if you've got those initial sort of creature comforts, your standard of living is higher, so maybe mentally, spiritually, philosophically, financially you might be better off.
And do you ever get any emails, letters or phone calls from any former students that you have, taken under your wing almost? And do they ever tell you whether they're doing good or bad? Do they keep you informed?
Yeah, absolutely. We really make a point of actually keeping in touch with what students have done that have graduated. And there is a survey called the Delhi survey that looks at what graduates have done once they've graduated, and that's just data. But there's also the National Student Survey where students, once they've graduated, can sort of comment generally on many different aspects of their university experience. But yeah, more specifically, it's very, very nice actually when you get positive feedback. Say if somebody's been for a job interview and you've helped them get that job in terms of preparing for that interview, or you've sorted out some issues they were having about which career route to go down. So it's absolutely essential, I think, for us to keep in touch with former students. So it's a nice kind of ending to the story, really. So we know what we're doing is effective.
So Louise, are you just a careers advisor for students at university, or do you cover other areas like schools and colleges?
No, predominantly I just work at Huddersfield, University of Huddersfield, as a careers advisor, although I work at the campus in Oldham as well. And
are you a graduate yourself?
Yeah.
And what course did you take?
I took classical studies.
Right, okay, so did it help you with your career? Because it doesn't seem relevant to what you're doing now.
No, it was non-vocational subject, although it was really, really brilliant. And I think there's a lot to be said for non-vocational subjects, because I think they teach you really important skills like communication, both writing and be able to speak effectively, and problem solving and team working, things like that are all within that sort of course. But no, it didn't lead to anything specific.
So are you happy with the point of your career in your life now? Are you at a happy point with the career?
Yeah, absolutely. I love my job and it's something that I've wanted to do for a long time.
Louise, thank you.
Thank you.
Louise Muschin speaking to me a little earlier. If you need any help with careers advice, please log on to hud.ac.uk/careers, where you can contact careers advisors and learn some essential tips. And finally, the Students' Union is gearing up for this year's elections, and your help is required. Joining the Huddersfield SU gives students the chance to represent 25,000 students and have their say, making life better for everyone on campus. There are a number of roles on offer, including positions for union councillors and school representatives. Part-time roles like those are available, in addition to paid full-time roles. For more info on how to get involved, just go to standupandvote.co.uk, where you'll find plenty of advice on how to help your SU. That's it for this edition of Hud TV. We'll be back next month with another programme, but for now, goodbye and thank you for watching.